What's up, guys? I'm back with another video, and this time we're gonna do a little continuation of my LA trip. Now, if you haven't seen part 1 of the LA vlog, you should check it out right now. And the reason why this one isn't the same vlog style that the last one was is because I accidentally lost the footage. So yeah, this one's gonna have to be more of a story time where I can just tell you what happened. It was really annoying because I like fully finished editing the part 2, and then yeah, something happened, technical difficulties, lost a lot of footage. So all I really have is like little pictures and like small clips of things that happened. So I'm just gonna insert those as I tell the story of what happened, and yeah, here we go. So in the first part of the vlog, you're basically just seeing me packing and seeing our first day in LA, which was great. That's when we saw Monster X at the Grove, and we went out to the club with my friend's brother, and yeah, it was a really great time. So day 2 in LA was the day that we were supposed to see Stray Kids. So we were really excited. We actually slept in quite a lot because we got a little too turned at the club, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so once we did finally get up and moving, we went to Koreatown. And in Koreatown, we got boba, and actually the boba place we went to was having a cup sleeve event for Dokyum and Vernon's birthday, and it was so freaking cute. I loved it so much. It was like my first official cup sleeve event, so it made me really happy that it was a 17 event because, as y'all know, they're my ults. After the cup sleeve, we went over to Choice Music. Let me tell you, it was a mistake to set a foot in there. I bought 5 albums that day. Mistakes were made, you know? Mistakes were made. So we finally got to the Stray Kids venue, and it was right over there next to like the Staples Center and all that, so it was really active area. It was really pretty and cool to see. So there was so much going on. There was all these lights and all these big areas, and there was a ton of fans in line for the freaking show. Like, I've never seen that many people. Like, I have, but like, I guess because it was kind of a confined space because there are so many buildings in that area, it looked crazy. They definitely had a packed house for the LA show. We walked around the venue for a bit because we decided there was no point really standing in line because the lines were ages long anyways. So we just kind of walked around to waste time until, you know, more people got through the doors and the lines were not as long, especially because we had like bad seats in the top anyways, so it was like pointless. So as we were walking around, we noticed a familiar face, and we met Kevin from Flawless Kevin. If you don't follow his YouTube channel, do that right now. He's so cute. We were so excited to meet him in real life. He is adorable, and he was so nice, like ridiculously nice. Like, he literally talked to us for a bit, and then we were both saying how we were all saying how we needed to go to the bathroom. So then he like walked around with us to find a bathroom, and then we got in line with each other to get inside of the door, and he was just talking, and we had a great time. It was so nice to meet him. So then we got inside and got to our seats, and it was kind of sucky because none of us had seats close together, but we made the most of it, and it was still definitely a great time. Stray Kids killed it, of course, and made me cry a lot because I've been standing them since pre-debut, so finally getting to see them live, oof, it hurt. And then after the show was over, which I did not want it to end, I was so upset, we got in line behind the venue to watch them leave. Now, when I tell you it was cold outside, like, I don't know why we didn't like process how cold it gets in LA at night, especially because we've all been to LA before, but I don't know, we were stupid, so we didn't process how cold it was about to be. So when we were waiting for Stray Kids to come out, it was freezing. Like, it was so freaking cold. And they still had to do high touch. They still had to get ready to leave. And then they always do it after show V live. So we were waiting out there for hours on end. Like, probably like 3 hours. I can't even remember. But we were out there for so long and we were freezing our butts off. And it was a hard time. And then the whole time the staff was like trying to confuse us about where they were coming out. And the way the venue was set up is that they had like this garage like next to where all the cars were lined up, and there was like a garage where they pulled through like equipment for the show. So there was like 18-wheelers that came out of that garage because they were packing up the set and taking it. And so we were like, okay, that's a thing, but they probably wouldn't leave from there, right? And then after waiting for hours, their vans pull up and they back into the fucking garage. They go into the garage and all we get to see is the boys in the vans already come out of the garage and drive by. That's it. They fully played us. Like, we waited out there for hours just to see them through some fucking windows. Literal dust. We got dust. And I'm mad because we stayed out there for so long. But regardless, the show was great and seeing them was great. So next was day 3, which was one of our only like fully free days. Like, we didn't necessarily have anything planned at all because we'd already seen Monsta X and Stray Kids. Monsta X was already gone to continue their little promotional tour for the new album. And then Stray Kids, we weren't really sure if they were gonna stay in LA for much longer, or if they were gonna head back to Korea as soon as possible because it was their last stop on the tour. But, you know, we weren't sure, and so we just didn't have any plans, and we just decided to sleep in a bit, and then we decided to go back to the Grove just to see what was popping off and see what was going on there. So yeah, we hung out at the Grove for a bit. We got some Starbucks, we chilled, we ate, we walked around a whole bunch to just see what we could see around. And actually right next to the Grove is the CBS theaters. So we went to the CBS theater and just kind of like walked around, and we saw the little area where James Corden fills the late night show, and like the same crosswalk that they use for the Crosswalk Broadway. And it was really cool. It was nice to see it up close and personal. Next up, we went to Hollywood Boulevard finally. It was actually really crazy because whenever we were driving over there, we had to like figure out how to get there because they had like a whole bunch of streets shut down and like closed off, and we were like, what's going on? Don't know. And we actually found out later that they were setting up for a movie premiere, which was interesting. So we finally parked and we got out and walked, and you know, it was just like simple first, just like checking out the sights, the stars, all the little shopping and stuff like that. We were like, cool. And we were trying to get towards where the event was going on so we could see what exactly was going on, because at this point we didn't know what it was. And along the way, we got stopped by these people who were standing outside of one of these stores, right? And the thing that got us to actually talk to them is that he stopped my friend Issa and was like, "Are you from Missouri?" And she was like, "What?" Because she does live in Missouri. So we were like, what the heck is going on here? Basically, this guy just, I don't know, he made a random lucky guess. And so he talked to us for a second. And then he was like, "Oh, well, we're doing free personality tests." And at that moment, I knew it was over, because if you know my best friend Kennedy, she loves that type of stuff. So I was like, okay, it's whatever, we'll just take the test. So we walk inside. The thing is, Issa and Kennedy didn't realize what building we were walking into, but I was kind of paying attention, and we fucking went into the Scientology building. It was definitely interesting. So we took the personality test. It took so long. We took up so much of our time just to do that. And then they like, at the end, they like tried to get us to buy books and stuff, which I refused to do. And Issa bought like a small book and Kennedy bought a big book. Basically because they were like really persuasive, but not me. I was not having it. They were basically like giving you these books to be like, "Oh, well, here's what's wrong with your personality, and here's the books that can help you fix it," right? I was like, I think I'm good, okay. But we eventually made it out of there somehow. And then we just continued walking down Hollywood Boulevard. And as we were walking down Hollywood Boulevard, we found our little heaven on earth, the Pt.2 store. This is my new favorite place. I want to cry.
He sent me a video today talking about some cryptocurrency.
Someone tell me not to buy something, because I will right now. It was so great to see it in real life. Like, I'd seen so many pictures and I was like, oh my goodness, it's so amazing. And I was like, they're never gonna build one in Texas, so I'm stuck. I didn't know when I would get a chance to get to LA and see it, and I was definitely not disappointed. But yeah, it was really cute, and I took a lot of pictures and told myself I wasn't gonna spend money when I walked through there, but mistakes were made. I made mistakes. I bought these two plushies from the Pt.2 store, and I love them so much, so I can't even really be mad about it. But I definitely wasn't supposed to spend too much money over this trip, and I was very much failing by day 3. But yeah, I got my babies. So after we were finally able to tear ourselves away from the Pt.2 store, which was very hard, we spent a lot of time in there. Then we went over to the other side of Hollywood Boulevard. We saw the Chinese theater and all of the handprints and fingerprints. Handprints and fingerprints, that's the same thing. I'm stupid. The handprints and footprints. And it was really cool. My favorite is the new Avengers one that they put in. It's really cool how they have it divided for each Avenger, and they have like little special symbols for them. It's really cute. I love it. So then after we were able to finally get towards the Chinese theater, that's when we were able to really see what was going on more with the premiere. And you know, they had all of the like signs set up, the red carpet was out. They did a lot of work while we were stuck in Scientology. So it was the movie premiere for the new Disney movie Onward. So we were like, oh my goodness, for real? And we like kind of see like a little bit behind the scenes. I tried to record a lot of it, which I do have some of that footage there, so I will show y'all. And it was really cool. I think the premiere itself was going to be like the next morning or something, so we weren't able, not the next morning, but the next night. So we weren't actually able to go because that's when our flight was, so it sucked. But it was still really cool to see like what was going on and like behind the scenes of Hollywood life, you know? As we were walking down where the premiere was and I was trying to film for it, I almost ran into this man and I was like, oh, well, excuse me, sorry about it. And I kept walking and I noticed like right as I was walking away from him that he had a snake around his neck. And I was like, oh my goodness, that scared the crap out of me talking to my friends. And they were like, whoa, yeah, that was crazy. We kept walking and I'm filming. I like stepped closer to the premiere to film inside of the tent that they had set up. And next thing I know, the guy runs up behind me and throws the snake around my neck. I screamed. I was so shocked. I can't believe he did that. Like full on, just threw the snake around me. And I hate snakes. I don't hate snakes as bad as I hate spiders. Like spiders are a whole nother story. But I was not prepared and I was so scared. And my friends were just sitting there laughing and dying and I was like, he came back and put it on me.
Beautiful vlog moment, love that.
Subscribe now, guys.
Oh my goodness. Wow. I mean, it's chilling, but I'm still scared.
Her lashes, her lashes. Her lashes.
Oh man, okay. Just gonna take my makeup off with it.
That's gonna take a shit in your mouth, too. That thing. Oh shit, it's holding your ass hard.
Oh my god. Oh jeez.
You have a nice night.
Man. That was stressful as fuck.
First of all, we were both like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I wasn't ready. I was just trying to show y'all the red carpet.
I like the red. I wish you would on me, but
I was in shock until we left Hollywood Boulevard. Like, that's one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me before. Someone just throwing a snake on me in the middle of Hollywood Boulevard. Wow. But that's basically the end of that night. We did drive by the Santa Monica Pier real quick. We just drove by and like walked up and down it real quick. It was nighttime though, so everything was like closed. So it was kind of pointless, but we just wanted to go to say that we went, you know? And then yeah, we just went home and went to sleep. So for our last day in LA, which freaking sucks, we went and visited some family that we have out there. And we just like had a chill morning of just like catching up with family. It was pretty simple. And then when we left there, we went and drove by a couple places that we didn't actually get to go to. We went and saw BuzzFeed, where they filmed there. We went and saw the Millennium Dance Complex for me, because I was really wanting to go in, but I got scared because I was like, that's like the real deal, oh my god. And I just felt bad about going in and not paying for a class, so I was just like, no, it's fine, I'll just look at it and take a picture. And then we were thinking about going to the boardwalk, but it was literally like $25 to park at the boardwalk. Who do we look like paying $25 on our last day in LA? Yeah, no thanks. So we decided not to do that. And then we went back to Choice Music yet again. So we mainly went there because Issa decided she really wanted to pick up an album that she decided not to get the last time we went. And I was like, you know, yeah, I'll just probably get like one more. I bought another 5 albums. Who do I think I am? Basically, I was not making good judgment choices that whole trip. So yeah, that means I bought 10 albums over the whole LA trip. And whenever we went, as y'all saw, all we had was a backpack. That was it. That was our luggage. So I had to shove 10 albums into a backpack. It was very hard. I don't know how I did it, but we made it. To make matters worse, it's not necessarily LA related, but Mott's came out. Map of the Soul 7 came out right after we got back from LA, and I bought all 4 of those. So like 14 albums within a month. I have a problem. Well, there'll be a whole video on albums, I'm sure. But yeah, that was kind of the rundown of what happened the rest of the time that we were in LA. It was a really great trip. It was so much fun, and I'm glad we went when we went, because that was right before all this shit went down and now you can't go nowhere. So I hope y'all enjoyed that little story time video, something different for my channel. And you know, I am glad to do more. I have a lot of stories. One that I already know I want to tell y'all is the time that me and my friend met the Wanho in the flesh whenever they came to Dallas one year. So if y'all want to hear that story, let me know. But that being said, like, subscribe, and actually follow me on Twitter so that y'all can vote on my polls when I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna film. But yeah, I will catch y'all next time.